Malta, ancient temples, stunning coastlines, a history we thought we understood. But what if I told you the history books are wrong? Not just slightly off, but missing the entire first chapter? We now have proof. Solid scientific proof that humans were living on Malta a full 1,000 years earlier than anyone believed possible. And how they got there? That changes everything we thought we knew about our Stone Age ancestors. Forget the established timeline, the one starting around 5,900 BC with farmers arriving from Sicily. On April 9th, 2025, archaeologists dropped a bombshell. Deep inside Dniéjja Cave, near Paradise Bay, they unearthed evidence, hearths, tools, bones, dating back 8,500 years. That's 6,500 BC. 1,000 years vanished from the history books, suddenly filled in. This wasn't the Neolithic farmers. This was the Mesolithic, the Middle Stone Age, a period we thought was a complete blank for Malta. So how did they know? Inside this collapsed limestone cave, remarkably preserved layers held the secrets. Ash and charcoal from ancient campfires, used again and again. Over 60 simple stone tools, flaked from local chert and limestone. Practical, resourceful, and thousands upon thousands of animal bones and shells, the remnants of countless meals. Cutting-edge science nailed the date. Carbon dating, yes, but also analyzing DNA traces preserved in the soil itself and using protein fingerprinting on tiny bone fragments. Multiple lines of evidence, all pointing to one conclusion. Humans were here 8,500 years ago. And what were they eating? The menu is staggering. Red deer, animals thought to have vanished from Malta thousands of years earlier. Tortoises, huge extinct birds, foxes, lizards. From the sea, monk seals, fish-like grouper, and vast amounts of shellfish, snails, crabs, sea urchins. They weren't just surviving, they were thriving, expertly balancing resources from both land and sea. This wasn't just a fleeting visit. The repeated use of hearths suggests this cave was a home base, revisited perhaps seasonally for a long time. Malta back then wasn't a barren rock. It was a richer, more biodiverse island than we ever imagined. But here's the mind-blowing part. How did they get there? 8,500 years ago, there was no land bridge. Malta was an island, separated from Sicily by nearly 100 kilometers of open Mediterranean Sea. To make that journey, these hunter-gatherers couldn't walk. They had to sail, or rather paddle. We're talking about the oldest definite long-distance seafaring in the Mediterranean before the invention of sails. Imagine hollowing out a massive log to create a dugout canoe, then paddling relentlessly for potentially over 24 hours straight, navigating by currents, winds, landmarks, maybe even the stars through the dark nights. It's an incredible feat of skill, determination, and bravery. It shatters the old image of Stone Age people just timidly hugging the coastlines. These were explorers, capable of planned, ambitious voyages into the blue. This discovery forces us to completely reevaluate. For decades, the consensus was firm. No humans on Malta before the farmers around 5,900 BC. Some old ambiguous finds, like two unusual human teeth from Dniéjja Cave found back in 1917, hinted at possibilities, maybe even Neanderthals during the Ice Age when a land bridge existed. But the evidence was shaky, the context unclear. It remained a footnote. Alternative theorists like Graham Hancock speculated about much earlier, advanced Ice Age mariners, linking them to the later megalithic temples, but without solid archaeological backing. Dniéjja changes the game. It provides the hard, scientific evidence, not of a lost super-civilization, but of resourceful Mesolithic hunter-gatherers undertaking sophisticated sea journeys. It doesn't directly connect to the later, famous temples, built thousands of years later by Neolithic farmers, or the mysterious cart ruts etched into the rock, which are likely younger still. But it sets a new baseline. The temple builders weren't the first pioneers. They arrived on an island that had already been known, inhabited, and perhaps even ecologically altered by people for centuries before them. What happened to those first voyagers? Did they die out? Did they leave? Did they interact with the later farming groups? These are the new mysteries Dniéjja opens up, and the implications ripple far beyond Malta. If people could deliberately cross 100 kilometers of open sea 8,500 years ago, where else were they going? Could similar Mesolithic seafaring networks have existed across the Mediterranean, reaching Sardinia, Corsica, Crete, long before we thought? We need to look again, perhaps using these new techniques like sediment DNA analysis, searching for the faint traces of our truly ancient maritime past. Dniéjja Cave isn't just a local story, it's a landmark discovery for human history. It proves that the drive to explore, to cross the water, to see what's over the horizon is ancient. It reminds us that our ancestors were capable, intelligent, and daring. Malta's story didn't begin where we thought. It began 1,000 years earlier, out on the waves with Stone Age mariners paddling towards a new shore. The history books need rewriting, and the thrilling part? The story might not even be finished yet. What other secrets are waiting to be found, hidden in the caves or beneath the waves? We just have to keep looking.